My father was the best. He was bright as the sun. He always made people laugh with his jokes. That was the father I loved and admired. Since I was little, I was always happily just following my dad around. A few years ago, in my father's body, we discovered a malignant tumor. Not just this, but among the many cancers that could be found in the digestive system, it was said to have been the one of the highest grade of malignancy. He had pancreatic cancer. About a week before my father died, I had an urgent request from my father. He told me to come to his hospital room alone. I was told it was something he could not tell, not to my wife, Amelia, nor to my daughter, Mia. I had no idea what he could be talking about. Regardless, I shut those thoughts down. I decided to oblige my father's request. "I'm sorry to call you when you're so busy," my father said. No, don't even worry. I already told my company about the situation, and they understand completely. More importantly, what is it that you desperately wanted to tell me? "Well, it's not that I need to talk to you right now. It's more that I have something I want to give you." Where did I put it again? Ah, yes, here it is. This. What? This envelope? This is what you wanted to give me? Wait, don't open it yet. Look at it alone after I pass on. Dad, wait a minute. What do you mean, pass on? I'm not ready for you to go. Don't say things like that. It's not like you. Now, don't look at me like that. It's for when it happens. I haven't given up trying to live just yet. Don't worry, because it's not like that. At all. As long as that's the case, I'm fine. But what is this envelope really? Should I really tell you this? I thought long and hard about this. But this body of mine, it's a real problem. I don't know by when I'll be completely out of it. While I still have my wits about me, I wanted to give it to you. I guess I'm not answering your question, am I? To put it simply, it's like a will. If you open it now, it won't have any purpose. So until that time comes, promise me, don't open it. Okay, I'll take care of it for a while, Dad. But don't you dare give up yet. It's you we are talking about. You will definitely be fine. Oh, you're right, son. I'll get better as soon as I can. I'll do my best, so you better not go before me. But then, just a week later, my father left the world without a trace. He was just about on his last breath, and he leaves me a confession like that. I was sure my dad had said something back at that visit. Amelia has something she is hiding from you, a big secret. I finally opened the envelope that my dad gave me about 2 months after my father died. At first, I thought to call a lawyer, opening it with them perhaps, but the last words my father left me, they were stuck in my head. I decided to check the envelope alone. I knew it wasn't something I should do alone. I knew I was my father's only surviving relative and a precious part of his family. I didn't need a will to know that. It's not worth arguing over an estate and inheritance. I thought it wasn't the right thing to do to open it myself, but now that I think about it, opening it alone was the right decision. I don't know if I could show the content of that letter to the rest of my family, especially when my daughter was just a middle schooler, especially to her. What was in the envelope? A small piece of paper with the results of a certain test. It signified that my daughter and I have no blood relation. It was a DNA certificate. In the envelope my father left me, another small envelope was enclosed. It seems to be the original handwriting of my father. There was a letter in it. With my hands trembling, I took the letter out of the envelope. I read it out, confused as I went along. I know I'm doing this in a way that's far-fetched. I'm truly sorry for that. Right after I've just fallen ill, too. I know you're depressed. It's like I am here to cause you pain. I'm not proud of myself, telling you this now. But this needs to be said. The lack of blood between you and Mia, it seems certain. I think Mia was born after Amelia was unfaithful. She's the child of an affair. It's up to you to tell Mia about this, but don't forget, Mia adores you as a father more than anyone else. Please, just promise me one thing. Don't cause pain to my lovely grandchild. That's the only thing I leave for you. It's a will from me. In summary, if I were to explain, apparently, since about half a year before my father died, he had suspected Amelia's infidelity. I heard he was suspicious as soon as for around half a year. He had not written down how he reached that conclusion. He did not explain his reasoning. Whatever it was, it seems that my father's bad feeling was right on the money. So, for the next 2 months, I was thinking and thinking. Now, I knew for certain that Amelia had betrayed me. I wanted to ask her so many questions, but when I thought about my daughter's feelings, I couldn't make a firm decision. At one point, I wanted to forget it. The letter, the DNA test, I wanted to pretend they didn't exist. I thought I was going to make the problem worse. I didn't get any sleep at night. I was so caught up in thinking. I lost 2 kilos in 10 months. But the only one who noticed my obvious rut, it was of course my daughter Mia.
Dad, what happened? Recently, you...
What do you mean, Mia? Is there something wrong? What's wrong?
Don't hide it from me, Dad. You seem to be unwell all the time these days. Dad, are you sick too? I wouldn't be able to take it, Dad. Please.
Mia, please, why are you crying?
I don't want you to be sick. I can't see you go too, Dad. First Grandpa, now you. Please don't leave me behind too, Dad.
Mia, I really am the worst. What did I do to deserve such a good daughter? Mia saw me getting thinner and thinner every day. Her mind immediately remembered the struggles of her grandpa, who died of pancreatic cancer. For Mia, my father's death was new. It was the first death of someone she cherished in her life. It had only been 4 months since she experienced that. Who could get over such a thing? Of course, Mia would worry. How could I be so blind? Then, a few days later, one night, I decided to talk to Amelia alone. I can't tell Mia yet, but this truth was obviously going to bring some problems. How should Amelia and I face it? I thought I should make a decision by bringing it up with her to start. Surprisingly, Amelia admitted to it right away. She was not reluctant in the slightest. It was at this time where I learned who Amelia truly was.
Geez, you found out, huh? I guess there's no point in hiding it anymore.
That's it? You've been fooling me and Mia for 13 years, and that's all you have to say?
Fooling? How could you accuse me of such a thing? Don't talk down to me like I did something wrong. I had you and Mia's happiness at heart. That's why I didn't tell you.
What? What did you say? I could not believe my ears.
Mia has always been so attached to you. She always loved you the most. So to tell her you are not her real father, she would be hurt forever if I told her that.
Keep your excuses to yourself. You had plenty of time before Mia was born. You chose not to tell me. In the end, to save yourself. Didn't you just keep things as is?
Of course, I can't deny that. But, well, isn't it a win-win in the end? I didn't want to be a single mother. What's done is done, and not to mention, you enjoyed having and raising a happy family, did you not?
You? How could you?
Don't be too loud. Mia might hear us. Grandpa's already dead. Spare Mia any more pain, please. Are you saying you want to make Mia any more sad right now?
You're a coward.
Well, anyway, at least for a little while, let's keep living like this. Even if we eventually separate, I still need some kind of preparation.
I later learned that at this time, that Amelia was still talking to her partner from 13 years ago, Jack, which means Amelia's relationship with Mia's real father could have been ongoing in the present. What Amelia said about preparation, she meant time to break up with me cleanly and be with that guy. That was most likely her plan. But Jack had his own family. He would have to make his own arrangements as well. At the very least, they would need to make that happen first. But Amelia had 2 miscalculations. Her first, she thought Jack wouldn't break up with his wife and family just to be with Amelia, that he wouldn't make that leap. The other one, Mia asked me about this conversation. She had listened in to our argument. Well, as for the letter, it was more of a miscalculation on my end. But that miscalculation worked in my favor. And for Amelia, it was a fatal disadvantage. That's precisely what led us to the end of this story. Because Mia, who was by law Jack's biological child, she made a crucial decision. She chose to make her way to Jack's house. Not only this, but she brought something with her, the same DNA certificate my father entrusted to me. That evening, someone came to my house. It was Jack and his wife, Isabella.
I am very sorry. I will make Jack atone for this. So please, just promise me one thing. Please put your brave daughter first from here on out,
Isabella implored me. Of course, I've never thought of anything else as coming before her. More importantly, Mia, what spurred this on? Did you hear me and your mother talking?
I'm sorry, Dad. It probably wasn't something you wanted me to hear, huh?
Mia, don't apologize. I was hiding this from you and being secretive. This is all my fault.
Now that that's settled, what do we do about those two? I'm going to divorce him. What do you plan to do?
What? A divorce? Please, don't do this to me. I'll do anything.
Are you kidding? You've had an affair with this woman for 13 years, and even had children? The alimony won't be cheap, Jack. I hope you're prepared.
Divorce? Divorce? What should I do? I glanced at Mia's face. She was staring straight into my eyes. Those eyes were full of nothing but conviction and bravery. I couldn't believe myself. I was embarrassed to be so indecisive and weak. I raised my hung head high and straightened my back. I looked straight at Mia's eyes. After reassuring myself one last time, I turned to Amelia and told her, Mia and I have no blood relation, but that doesn't matter to me. I am her father, and she is my daughter. I want custody of Mia and a divorce. If you want a messy hearing, I'll make it happen. I am fully prepared to go to court over this, Amelia. Amelia and Jack had completely hung their heads in shame at this point. They looked like a breeze could blow them away at any moment. After that, Amelia and I disagreed on custody of Mia. We entered legal proceedings. After 4 long months of deliberation and stress, I was able to win the case. I was legally her guardian. Much of why I was able to take custody of Mia, because of Mia herself. It was her steadfastness and strength. She was able to persuade Amelia. No, it was more a speech than a persuasion. How much she admired me as an inspiration, how much she loved me as a father. It seemed like Mia told Amelia every day about how she felt, but not everything went well. I had no financial support from Amelia for Mia. It was an unavoidable condition. To have custody of Mia, a small price to pay for me. If this were a fairy tale, it would be a lot easier than this, but it isn't. In reality, I have to do things like this. To get custody of my daughter, who I legally was not related to, is not that easy of a process to say the least, but I definitely didn't have it too bad. In Isabella's case, she was asking for $30,000. I heard Jack had to pay. Of course, I also asked Jack for child support, about $100,000 worth. Including his payment to Isabella, he was in trouble. I heard Jack's debt swell to about $150,000. After that, Amelia and Jack got together. They were miserable and in debt. But when 2 debt-riddled people get together, well, let's just say it really doesn't end well most of the time. After all was said and done, Amelia didn't have a single thing left. When I think about the life that awaits Amelia and Jack now, I can't help but feel sorry for them. But in the end, you get what's coming to you. And so, time passed. It has now been a few years since then. Mia is now a healthy, happy high schooler. We still live together, just the 2 of us. Even now, I am reminded we have no relation by blood. Even then, we are truly real parent and child. We have as great of a relationship as ever. There are so many people like me and Mia in the world. If you think about it, I'm probably not even a special case. Blood-related parents and children often argue, fight, and cut ties with each other. It's so common nowadays. When I think about these things, in the bond between parents and children, the blood connection is not very important. Blood is thicker than water, but there doesn't need to be any blood for us to be family. I'm sure that my father who passed away must have thought the same. He must be watching me from heaven with a smile right now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you again. Please also subscribe to our channel.